confess they are dictators, right? Am I right?
Yes, of course. We must follow the rules, guys. Okay. The last time, guys, we had already mentioned the factors that led to the development of sociology. Some of them are related to the economy because simply the main site for the production changed from towns to cities. Sorry, people started to move from towns to cities, of course, looking for better lives, better chances, better jobs, because simply they left the farming business and they went or moved to cities looking for jobs in factories. So the number, of course, by this movement of the population, the number of the available jobs outpaced the job seekers. So the result, guys, was the unemployment. And of course, if they want to feed their children or if they want to feed themselves even, of course, they will go to steal from each other. And there was the housing shortage, by the way, developed, and there was some major incident happened in Europe at that time, the French Revolution, guys. And of course, over there in the Newfoundland land, the American one. So people started to notice and they start to consider the human rights, the basic human rights and the individual liberty. And of course, with the introduction of the scientific revolution, when they started to use reason in order to figure out all the answers related to the physical world. Before using this way, they used to have the traditional way of thinking, where they only had two main sources for knowledge, the church and the ancient scholars' writings. But later on, they figure out that these two ways were wrong because simply after the discovery of the newfoundland land, they noticed that there was nothing mentioned in their sources of knowledge regarding this newfoundland land. So they thought we are using the wrong way of knowledge. Let's try to think or to figure out the new way of thinking. And they developed and established the scientific way of thinking, depending on reason. And of course, they had made huge achievement in the scientific field. So after this success, they started to think, why not applying the same principles on the society you are living in? In fact, guys, the first one to mention something, the first thinker to mention something about this issue, about the society, the principles of the society you are living in, was Auguste Comte. Auguste Comte, from his name, guys, he was British, Russian, Japanese. Guys, wake up. Mohab,
British master.
French, exactly, from his name. He was a French writer.
مستر
Auguste,
في 18 واحد في الحصة مستر، اشمعنى مهاب يعني؟
who said that?
رافض.
Mohab, يعني what's the problem? What's the
ايه؟
problem? What's
ايه
the
ده
problem?
رافض دلوقتي يعني؟
عايز
What's
انام
the
والله.
problem?
لا هو غبي فاهم، بيقول لك رافض واصلا بيبان مين اللي بيتكلم، فاهم؟ غبي أوي.
Okay, guys, have I said, and have I mentioned, by the way, that the evaluation process and how you will be
لا ايه
evaluated
ده؟
لا
your
Not yet.
assessment, for example. Okay, so I think it's time to tell you the way how you will be evaluated. Of course, your remarks will not be upon the quiz or even the exam itself. Of course, يعني the exam and the quiz will be calculated. Plus, there will be some marks for your participation, your attendance to the live session, your behavior plus maybe there is another important issue, the discussion rooms. Over there you're gonna see a discussion room for your class, and
مستر ايه
on
الديسكشن روم ده بتاع ايه؟
مفيش حد بيستعملها يا مستر.
بتاع
you
ايه
will
اصلا
use
ده؟
you will use it. For example,
Right.
I will post a question or a point of view over there in the discussion rooms, okay? And you must write your comments or write your point of views regarding this issue. This post I will publish, okay?
هدخل اكتب
And
I
you,
صح.
sorry,
هدخل اكتب I agree.
امين ان شاء الله يحصل.
اتفق.
you agree to what? Okay, suit yourselves. يعني I have already told you so. August
Mr.
Comte? Yes.
How will that discussion room be evaluated? Like, shall I write a big fat paragraph about if I agree or disagree? Yeah, I could write in a nutshell.
I'm not asking you to enter and write for me a paragraph or an essay about an issue, about the early scholars talking about sociology, Ahmed. For example, if you used your mind a little bit and if you have checked the discussion rooms, the post published over there was, do you think cerebral hygiene is a good way of thinking or not? That's it. I'm not asking you to write for me or to make for me a survey for the school. Got the idea, Ahmed, or not yet?
Yes, sir. Yes,
It's an
sir.
easy
Thank you.
task, by the way. It's an easy task. Amra Hatem, yes. What do you need?
مستر ممكن تسأل يعني احنا هنخش نعمل ديسكشن في ايه بالظبط؟ حاجة تحط لنا توبيك واحنا نخش نتكلم فيه ولا
Do you
حضرتك تسألنا
hear?
سؤال؟
Do you hear what I have just told Ahmed?
لا بس عشان الفكرة أنا داخل متأخر عشان كده عندي مشاكل في كده.
Couple of seconds ago, I have just said that to Ahmed. You're gonna see a post published over there, okay? If you wish, enter this discussion room and leave your comment, okay? But your participation will be evaluated, okay, guys? So Auguste Comte was the first one to mention something about how the society you are living in is working. Of course, he was a French writer, so his main interest was the French Revolution. And the major shifts happened, in the French society. From his point of view, he said that there are some certain factors that can lead to social order. And on the other hand, there are some factors that can lead to social change. And he named these factors to social order, social statics. And on the other hand, the factors that led to social changes, he named it social dynamics. And he made some kind of a comparison about the society, the French society, how it was before the revolution and after the revolution. Of course, the society was not the same. So this was the major incident in his life, the revolution, that led to the development of this new science. And he invented this new word, by the way. Before him, no one was using this word, sociology. And of course, it's related to society. Yeah, but he was the first one. He coined the term sociology. Because of this guy, we are studying sociology nowadays. Okay? During his life, after getting a new achievement. Okay, type talking. Amr, why are you still raising your hand? Do you want to ask me something? Amr حاتم.
بالغلط يا مستر
انا بس ده شخصية متوحدة كده.
بس محمد أسامة, I didn't ask you about your
مستر أنا
opinion.
بعترض على أسلوب طريقة محمد أسامة في كده.
It's your right. It's your right. Okay. Muhammad Osama, behave yourself, please. I didn't ask you about your opinion. Muhammad
What's
Osama,
wrong, Mr.
your question will be, after the major achievements happened over there regarding the scientific revolution, after getting a new idea, what do you think the people around you, what's the reaction gonna be? After getting a new idea, after inventing something new, what do you think the people will react?
different
Let let me
actions
let
مثلا.
let me rephrase my
different
question. After Galileo Galilei made an achievement in the scientific field, for example, okay, what do they use to call him? They give him a
scientific
Nobel.
achievement.
They give him a Nobel Prize, for example, if they had such a kind of a prize at that time, they will honor
Yeah.
him.
Yes بس تكون يعني نجحت.
It's only an idea. It's only an idea.
فكرة.
A new achievement, yes. So
ما هو
they will honor him. They will celebrate him.
في ناس هتبقى معاه وفي ناس هتبقى عليه.
So some of them will be with him, while the others will be against this idea.
Yes.
Okay, Muhammad. لؤي Khaled, what do you think?
So I think people will see it as a wrong time to announce this new science because they just came after a revolution, so they don't have much time for thinking or science. They just need to know how to live.
Thank you, Rai. So they will simply attack him. And by the way, what really happened over there after every single major achievement in the scientific field, guys, they used to attack the scientists. Not to physically attack them, but they will simply say that they are mad guys. This is lunatic. This is nonsense. Okay? What happened to Galileo Galilei, by the way, after his achievement? What happened to him?
Killed.
Of course, they killed him because they said, you are against the church. If you have anything or any conclusion against the teachings of the church as the main source of knowledge, of course, this way you are against the church, you are against God. And of course, they give him chances. Then eventually they killed him. So the same here. We are talking, by the way, we are not talking about the modern age. We are not talking about the modern world we are living in. Of course, after getting a scientific achievement, of course, you will be honored. You will be celebrated all over the world. Yani, for example, try to imagine the one who will get the cure for the coronavirus. What do you think the international community will do for him? Of course, at least he will get the Nobel Prize. I think so, from my opinion. But this is for our modern world. But back to that time, the 1800s, of course, they used to critique him and they used to write articles in order to attack his new ideas. So he was disappointed and he had a lot of emotional issues. So in order to solve this issue, he used a new way of thinking, which he called cerebral hygiene. Cerebral hygiene. So cerebral, from the word itself, it's related
Brain.
to the brain. Okay. So cerebral hygiene, it's simply to wash your brain, wash your mind,
To have a clean mindset.
to have a clean mind. How I'm gonna clean
Mindset.
my mind? How I'm gonna reach this state of stability? Use your mind a little bit.
Education.
Education. So after getting this new idea in my mind, I will go to educate myself. In order to clear my mind?
Meditation.
Education?
Meditation.
Meditation?
Huh?
Maybe
So
he will go to
thinking
practice some yoga, for example.
So maybe he means thinking in the correct way.
Thinking in the correct way. He already concluded that he achieved something new, a major achievement in the scientific field by inventing a whole new science. But the others, the surrounding people, simply attacking his ideas, his views. He wanna pure his mind. He wanna clear his mind. What do you think he's gonna do? Yeah, and try to put yourself in his shoes. What do you think your reaction gonna be? Try to look at the brighter side. Okay, try to think in a positive way. But how he will achieve this peaceful mind? If I ask Yusuf Ala, because Mohab will be upset. Why me? Yusuf Ala,
عرفت منين يا أستاذ؟
مستر.
how do you think? And try to put yourself in his shoes.
مش
How
معنى.
do you? Sorry.
لا ولا حاجة بس.
Because in order to answer your question, Yusuf, because you are a member in this class. For this reason, I ask you. Because of your luck. Okay. Okay. Try to put yourself in his shoes. In order to avoid the surrounding or the critics around you. In order to get a peaceful mind, in order to clear your mind, what do you think you're gonna do? From your own point of view, by the way.
يعني don't get hurt أو يعني don't concern yourself with the negative energy outside والكلام ده يعني.
Do not get yourself what?
concerned أو ما تقعدش تفكر في أي critics عليك مثلا أو negative thoughts عليك أنت كده.
Okay, this is your point of view. Any volunteers? Or I can choose. Let me ask, let me tell you. خلاص. Yusuf Muhammad. What do you think cerebral hygiene can be? By the way, guys, express your thoughts. Yusuf Muhammad, where are you? Yusuf. Yusuf. There's no Yusuf. Okay, let's go back to the presentation. Cerebral hygiene, guys, in order to clear his mind or in order to pure his mind, he simply ignored all the writers around him. He stopped to read the writings in order to clear his mind. Because from his point of view, he thought that if he's gonna read the writings, the other writings, they can simply mislead him or they can interrupt his way of thinking. So he stopped to read the writings in order to clear his mind or in order to pure his mind. Okay? And by the way, after telling you the discussion rooms because of Ahmed, this is the post you're gonna see over there. Do you think cerebral hygiene? Do you think because Ahmed said you will ask me to write a paragraph about blah blah blah? Your question will be in the discussion room. Do you think cerebral hygiene is a good way of thinking or not? Okay. Any question regarding Auguste Comte Aulet? Guys, sleepy.
لا مستر it is crystal clear.
It's crystal clear. So it's my turn to ask. Everything is clear, so it's my turn to ask, right? Do you agree?
لا مستر I was لا I don't disagree. I was talking about this for about the discussion room. شفت؟
Okay, guys. Finally, not finally about the lesson, but finally regarding Auguste Comte. Every single item he wrote, just 1 second.
رب المكالمة تطول.
طلعت ايه يا عبد الرحمن؟
Sorry, guys.
أنا
Sorry
مستر.
for this interruption. So, guys, regarding Auguste Comte, every single item he wrote, later on, they refuted it. Okay? But until now, in the modern sociology, we are still interested about the social order and the social change. Okay? This is his achievement, guys. Social statics and the social dynamics. During his life, he didn't say, by the way, what are the factors that can lead to social order. He didn't mention these factors. He just gave it a name. There are some factors that can lead to social change. And on the other hand, there are some factors that can lead to social order. That's it. This was his achievement. So it's clear for Auguste Comte, guys? Is it clear?
Of course.
Let's
أيوة.
go on. Let's go on. Take
Hey.
another sociologist. Harriet Martineau. Harriet Martineau, guys, she was born in an English family. Her dream was to be a writer. Unfortunately, she couldn't achieve this dream over there in England. So she traveled to the States, hoping that over there she can simply become a writer. And she started to write some notes, some observations about the American society over there. It's a whole new society to her. So she wrote what she observed. And she named this book Society in the America. And she focused, by the way, on marriage and religion, races, the relationship between the different races over there in the States. Of course, we are talking about the 1800s. And by the way, let me tell you something. She published her book, Society in the America, 2 years earlier than Auguste Comte. But she didn't mention in this book something about the society. She didn't mention that it was only an observation, comments, behaviors, for example, of the American people over there. So, from a sociological point of view, we considered Harriet Martineau a social worker, not a sociologist. Any questions regarding Harriet Martineau?
مستر هو ال 1800s ده اللي هو كان فيه slaves صح؟
Slavery, of course, yes. But what about the end of slavery over there in the States? Who can tell me approximately, not the definite date, around the end of slavery? And it's, sorry?
After 10 years.
After 10 years of the 1800s? What do you
لا
mean
لا
by...
لا خلاص خلاص أنا قصدي حاجة تانية.
1900s.
But
لا
by the
لا
way,
حاجة
the end of slavery over there in the States is related to the achievement of an American president? Do you know him?
1860.
1860. Regardless of the exact date, yeah, somehow, طيب, do you have a clue about the president who ended slavery?
Abraham Lincoln.
لينكولن مستر لينكولن
Lincoln? Are you sure?
ان شاء الله.
ايوه
So
مستر، هو
this-
قاعد فرحان بيها.
So yes, it was the achievement of the American president, Lincoln. طيب, he was the first president, second, third, fourth, fifth, 10th. Who can help me here?
I think the fourth.
Nowadays, Trump is number
44 تقريبا.
52 يا مس.
44 or 52?
52.
45. لا 44 ولا 40 مستر this اسمه ده 44 45
I think